Good morning, good morning, good morning, all of my great trade geniuses out there. Welcome back to Trade Genius Live. I am your host and the brand ambassador of the hedge fund, the prop firm, Trend Genius, and we are in here on a Friday, last day of the week. Let's make sure we definitely want to try to end the week green. And yeah, how is everybody feeling? Let's jump in here real quick. T. Pruitt, good morning, my brother. Kiara, hey, everyone. Lee, amazing morning. Mr. Cologne said, LOLO, that's the best way. Don't know what that was speaking to, but okay. Good morning, happy Friday, Blunt Machete. To us all that. That's funny. C-Dub. Okay, C-Dub. Jerry Jack, top of the morning. That's what's up. Yo, coach, how's your day going? Going good. Slept good last night. I've been sleeping really good lately. I've been dreaming. It's like almost every day I'm dreaming, which is a good thing. I like to know that my body is dreaming because I know that I'm getting my REM sleep. So it lets me know that my body is definitely getting back in tune to the routine the routine that I had before I got before my first surgery in October. Yeah. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I've been sleeping really well, taking care of stuff, getting stuff done. So yeah, it's been good. And my day today is good, for real. Mr. Payouts said, good morning, geniuses. Let's see here. C-Dub said, good morning, gang. He said, no, she could drive you around. Good morning, everyone. 5-0 is on to us. See what it did last night. Yeah, I saw. It's crazy. Yeah, it wasn't nice. It went against us 3 times, but then it went. Remember I told you about the second reentry, sometimes the third reentry. Yep, that's why we scale. That's why we scale the way we scale, right? So we can be able to do that. So yeah, just something to think about. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. FYI, Trump is speaking at noon today. Yeah, absolutely. No one should be in the trade at that time. You shouldn't even be trading that late. Literally, if you have strategies, you want to get your strategies in around the most opportune time, which is going to be between market open and I would say before lunch at Wall Street, which would be 12 p.m. Eastern. Right around that 11:30 time, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, you want to be shutting it down. Seriously. Serena, good morning. Woodinator, good morning, Genius family. That's right. Happy Friday. Sin, morning. Wasn't pretty. I was lucky to not be on the charts last night. I lost money the old-fashioned way of buying my daughter a car. It's funny. Joseph Love, good morning, Ty. Happy Friday, trading fam. I got a 27 Hyundai found 2017 before she goes to school in Buffalo, New York, and her two-wheel drive Escape got stuck in the snow a few times, so we traded it in. Got her. There you go. Got her that 4-wheel drive. That's what's up. Smart. And it's not a very expensive vehicle, but it's not a cheap vehicle either. Those Santa Fe Sports are pretty cool. And I think for someone to go into college, that's like a perfect car. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Shout out to you, Mood. For real. That's dope. Jay Royal, good morning. Took a second reentry short on 5-0. Caught that Tokyo dump with 2 micros. That was fun. Nice. I had jumped off. I didn't even go back and look at the charts. Let's see here. Regina, good morning. Chrissy, good morning. Happy Friday. Let's see here. Feeling great. Good trading Friday, everyone. Bottom, what's up, my brother? PT702FX, good morning. Sneehall, my sister, good morning. Kaz, Grand Risings. Claudine, good morning. Mike, good morning. Miss Impress, good eatings. Oh, you grace us with your presence. You haven't engaged with us all week, and then you pop in on a Friday. I see how you rock. I see you. I'm gonna see you. I see you. I see you. Emu, good morning. Tiffany Perez, good morning. Stephen Brown, morning. JR, good morning. Let's shuck this day up. Inside joke. I think T. Pruitt will get that. I'm sure T. Pruitt caught that. I'm sure he did. Yeah, he caught that. For real. Good morning, a little late today. Now you're good. Top 5 Bando Tay, good morning. Trying to finish in the blue for the week. I heard that. Chalk, good morning. Mystic Flame, top of the morning. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? Let me send out this last notification. All right, bam. Out. To Telly, good morning. All right. Let's do this. All right. So, how is everybody feeling this morning? One word me in the chat. Let me know. Let's audit our emotions. Me, well rested and feeling good. Honestly, well rested. Straight up. About to grab me some payouts. Oh, also I want to say this too. Shout out to C Moody, man. C Moody got a 5K payout yesterday. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Shout out to C Moody, man. For real. Yeah, that's what's up. So trade with caution and protect capital. That's what's up. I'm going to put that up on stream. Thank you, Serena. Appreciate you. Morbid Drifter, good morning. Laser Focus Mind said patient. Mystic Flame said hungry. Yeah. V Brewer feeling stoked. PT 702FX feeling good. T Brewer says blessed, bro. That's what's up. Right? Stephen Brown. That's for real, right. See Moody grab that 5 bands. That's what's up. Emu feeling all right. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Big ups to definitely big ups to C Moody for that. For real. Oh, you been here listening? My bad. And you wouldn't even say good morning? That mean so you know what that means? My island girl, look. That means we were all in the room chilling. You walked in the room and didn't even say good morning, good evening, nothing. And I know Granny taught you better than that. I know she taught you better than that. It's all right. We're going to give you a pass. You know we love you. We're going to give you a pass. Boy. Ooh. Well, wait till I talk to Granny. For real, I'm going to let her know. You know, she walked up in here and didn't even say good morning, good evening, nothing. Bottom says stressed, but here with you guys, I feel better. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you, Bottom, brother. For real. I know you're dealing with a lot, man. For real, brother. I appreciate you just being in here, man. I'm glad that this can give you some solace, bro. For real, brother. Seriously, man. Seriously. Tiffany Perez said feeling good, focus. Sin said feeling good. JR said too blessed to be stressed. I heard that. Corb's feeling good. Congratulations. Empress says, my sister Sneehall said thankful. Serena said patient. Steve Flame said congestion moody. Anthony Brown, good morning. Sub-Zero here. Come over here. I love it. Ohana, good morning. T Pruitt, right? For real. Feeling balanced in C Mood, you got that 5 bands right at the right time, right? You're like, oh yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of which, my princess, I got a little bread. Let's do a little something. I got some extras. Ty said feeling grateful. Olas. I love it. Mr. Payout said feeling great. Tutelli said feeling good. That's what's up. Can I DM you a question on Discord? Absolutely. Hit me up. Mystic Flame said autocorrect. That is funny. I know where is Rebrewer at, right? I know, right. All right. We audited our feelings, so that's a good thing. That's where we start. That's always the first thing that we want to do. We always want to audit our feelings. We talk about this all the time. It's very important to understand what we're feeling, how we're feeling, what's going on. Remember, we all have personal lives outside of trading. You know what I'm saying? But we want to make sure that we don't allow our personal life to trickle in and impede in our trading life, right? So that's why we always want to audit feelings and be. He said, "No jokes, nothing is just not right." That's funny. That's why we went to CarMax. I heard that move. That's what's up. Hey man, look, Hyundai way back in the day used to be like poo-poo cars, but lately like we got to give Hyundai like some credit. Like they've definitely up their game. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like the cars that they have, they're make some pretty cool stuff. You know what I'm saying? For real, especially for like, you know, a college student, someone getting like their first car. You know what I mean? Like I think those cars are ideal for that. You know what I mean? And they're pretty reliable. You don't see them broken down on the road like that. So that's what's up, man. No. Remember, I'm building my house, so I'm dealing with. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot, Empress. Yes. All right. I won't tell. I ain't gonna say nothing to Granny. I promise. I ain't gonna say nothing. All right, y'all. Let's jump to the charts. Where we at? All right. Let's get there. Bam and bam. All right. So let's get to news. Y'all know today we got we have a revised consumer sentiment. Let me plug in my laptop. We have revised consumer sentiment and revised inflation expectations. And then we have FOMC members speaking at 8:30 a.m. That doesn't really matter. That's yellow folder. Usually that's not a big deal for us. Also, too, we have Trump speaking at 10:30. We ain't worrying about that. All right. So let's go ahead and jump to the charts. About a minute before the open, let's do our little daily bias. So let's go ahead and mark those out. 5, open this up a little bit. Where are we at? So 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. All right. So what are we doing? We're looking to see, this is a portion of Asia. This is a portion of London. We're looking to see if London in this area took out Asia highs and or Asia lows. All right, so let's identify where the high of London is. High of London during this area would have been, we're looking for the high of Asia, In this section is Asia. Once again, this is London. So we're looking to, I would say this would be the high of Asia during this time frame, and this would be the low of Asia. I think that's fair enough to say. This candle right here would be the low of London, and I would say this one would be the high of London. So with that stated, London did not take out Asia highs and or Asia lows. So today we look for price to grab liquidity, sweep liquidity, and then reverse. That's what we're looking for. Well, we're not looking for it. That's what we, how would I say, that's what would be our bias for today. It's not that we're looking for that, so to speak, right? Because we're not married to our bias. It's just a gauging point, right? All right, so let's see what we got. So we got daily up there. All right, nice. Daily strat is now invalidated because it hit this daily level. So I'm sure Serena gonna put that in the chat. I'll come behind you, Serena, and make sure I get to add everyone in there for you. Why does he put that in here? Every time he puts that in here. Yeah, I gotta delete it. Doesn't belong in that key chat. Let me forward it to, 1 second, y'all. Like I know VJ be, doing this thing. I just sometimes wish he would post in the right tabs with some of the information. I think he just forgets, but he's been forgetting for 2 years. So it's all good. At everyone from at VJ Chetty. All right, got to keep the chat tabs organized. Oh, he did put in general discussion. Did I do something wrong? Okay, no, he did. He did put in general discussion. Okay, cool. So let me do this. I think he thought about it afterwards, like, oh, which is cool. I'm glad he did that. But it doesn't belong in NQ chat. So let me get that out of there. All right, cool. So, all right. So, as I stated, because London did not take out Asia highs or Asia lows, we look for price to make a liquidity sweep and possibly reverse. That's usually what the bias is when London does not sweep Asia high or Asia lows. So as I stated, we're not married to that. It's just a gauging point. don't know if I've been sitting here for only 80 something episodes, but feel like my pillow doesn't feel initially. Like, I don't know if I wore it out. I ain't even that heavy, but I don't know. Oh, cool. That's what's up. Thank you, Serena. I'm going to reply to that. Oops. Everyone. And I'll definitely make sure I do that. And bam. Might be a slow Friday. Possibility. All right, let me jump to the 15-minute, see how we're doing with that. If we can possibly get a 15-minute bang. Oh, so we would need, being that the 615 candle is bullish, we would need the 630 candle on the 15-minute time frame to flip from bearish to bullish. If it does that, then we can possibly get a 15-minute banger. If not, then we sit on our hands today. Have I taken a trade in my accounts today? I mean, this week? Got to go check my journal. Yeah, I think I did. Daytime. Of course, at night we know we taking what we taking, but yeah. Okay. So, well, we have 11 minutes and 15 seconds and counting before we could even think about taking the strat. If that's the case, then let's go ahead since that's the case, let's go ahead and get our mental muscle working. Y'all know how we do it. So let's get to question of the day. Question of the day today is, how do you set a stop loss on an NQ trade without getting stopped out by normal noise? Let's think about that. How do you set a stop loss on, just queuing up my notes, on an NQ trade without getting stopped out by noise? So let's talk about that. Just think about that for a second. Because we know how to set a stop loss, right? Technically, we know how to set one, but how do we set one without getting stopped out by normal noise? So, let's get there. Just queuing up my notes right here. All right, cool. So, think about this. This is the main reason why I always say, laser focused mind, absolutely yes. Stephen Brown, yes. Stephen Brown, that is a very, very good answer. Randy Ferret, that is definitely a good answer as well. Snehal, that is the one that I was really truly looking for. That one right there. Now, Moodinator, that's definitely good. So let's think about something here, right? Because all those answers are correct. So let's think about from a strategy perspective, right? This is why I stress so much about finding a strategy. And I know Impress is like, dude, with your hat, what's going on? So speaking from a strategy perspective, right? This is why it's very, very important to get a strategy and backtest it, demo trade it, learn that strategy very well, and understand how it works for the regard of this right here. Because your strategy is going to tell you what? Your entry, your stop loss, and your take profit. It's going to tell you that. Period. That's why a strategy is so important. That's why if you're in the inner circle, there should be a coach that you should already have gravitated towards based on your personality, right? You want your personality to match their style. Because if your personality doesn't match their style, it might not be, how would I say, it might not be a good trading strategy or good trading style for you. You know what I'm saying? So I always stress you got access to all the coaches. You got access to all their resources. That means you can be back testing every strategy in there. You know what I mean? Or watch them trade it and see, you know what, I think I like that. Or, I don't think I like that. It's too busy, a lot going on. That's fine too. We got some very simple strategies and we got some very advanced strategies and we got some in between. So you have like a choice of a lot. And all of our coaches don't trade the same when it comes to style. You know what I mean? And they all have their own little way. So I know that you should be able to find something that fits your personality. Now, when you find that, your stop loss is always going to be determined upon that strategy, right? So that just right there is going to help you that's going to allow you to not get stopped out by normal noise, right? Because you don't just get in a trade and just put a strategy where you want. If you look at all of our coaches' strategies, look at the strategies, look at where they place their stop losses. One thing that you'll notice about all of the coaches is that all their strategies are based on structure. They're based on market structure. Just think about it. Think about lazy strat. It's always at that most recent high or most recent low, depending on what direction he's calling. All the strats, all the scalp strats, right? Same thing, right? Same thing. Same thing with the HSS. I know that's the only one that you for your trades, but honestly, do you need more than one when you're eating off one really well? I talk about this all the time. You don't need all these strategies. I mean, I trade all of my big brother strategies, but he gave you a breakdown yesterday of how those strategies work, right? It gives you opportunities to do other things, right? You know what I'm saying? Like how DS is invalidated. We got the 15-minute banger. Boom. You know what I mean? That don't happen. There's chop boxes that we can do. There's also the A+, right? A+ is like a unicorn. It don't come around that much, but when it does, it's like a TP12, TP15, TP run all day to New York close type strat, literally. That's why I call it a unicorn. So when you think about going back to what I'm saying is like all their stop losses are based on structure. So when it's based on structure, you never have to worry about getting stopped out by normal noise because you're placing your stop losses in areas where, at least for NQ, I don't know about any other ticker, at least for NQ, that where price is going to respect, that structure where it's previous swing high, previous swing low. And think about it, especially, and I'm speaking mainly like when you think about them trading NQ, because I don't know how gold moves. I don't know how YM moves. I don't know how ES moves. Like I know some of them move in tandem with NQ. Like I know some of that, but I'm talking about when I say how it moves, like from a characteristic perspective. I don't know how it moves. I ain't watched it. So how could I know, right? But what I can tell you about NQ is NQ respects structure, respects a lot of market structure. That's why if you look at those strategies, a lot of those strategies are based on that. Just check them out. Like look at like the HSS, that's based on structure, right? Just look at it. Got to have your flat candles, momentum, certain size, get that doji, enter at a particular point, stop loss at a particular point. You know what I'm saying? You take your 2 to 1, you know what I mean? And boom, you good. Same thing with Lazy's conflux strategy. I haven't looked at the new strategy that he put out, but the conflux strategy, like the one that he's been, the one that he's always traded. Same thing. His stop loss is always at a previous swing high, previous swing low. Same thing with scalps. Like if you look at it, it's all about market structure, right? So that's how you prevent yourself from getting stopped out by noise. You can't be moving your stop loss. You can't put it where you think it should be. Where you think that's not structure, that's guessing, and then that's trickling over into gambling, right? Because when you're gambling, you're guessing. Think about it. To some degree, it's like a guess, right? When you're gambling, if you really break down gambling, right? Yeah, you may be playing blackjack and you waiting for the cards to come, but it's still a guess on what you get. And you're trying to make, just think about that. Trading is more technical, right? Entries go at a certain point, stop losses go at a certain point, TPs go at a certain point. And that's how you set a stop loss that you don't have to worry about getting stopped out, like I said, by normal noise. Normal noise is what? What is normal noise? Normal noise is basically putting your stop loss in the way of price. Let's be real. You're putting it in the way of price. That may sound crazy, but think about what I'm saying. Like you're putting it in the way. You're not giving, think about a lot of the stop losses allow what? They're at structure, but what is it doing? It's giving the trade room to breathe. That's why tight stop losses don't do very well. Period. All the stop losses have to be placed based on structure. That's why learn a strategy, back test it, demo trade it, and understand how that strategy works with price action. And then you will notice, this is a great strategy. I've back tested it going back 3 years and I've taken hundreds of trades on it. Oh, I see how the stop loss, putting it where it's supposed to be based on the strategy, how that works so well. You know, it's all based on structure. So just keep that in mind. Real simple. Real simple. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Tighter stops are really not good. Because what is a tight stop going to do? Let's think about it. What is a tight stop going to do? A tight stop is going to be in the way of your trade. Literally, it's going to be in the way. And if you're placing a tight stop, or you're placing you're placing it in an area where you think it should be, that's not strategy. Your strategy will tell you where you need to place your stop loss. So if there's any questions on that, or maybe someone is not understanding, just ask the question. But it's really that simple. Like, never place a stop loss where you think. Or you place a stop loss and you're like, oh, I'm going to move it out of the way because price is going to hit it. No, that's not trading. You place your stop loss where it belongs, meaning based on your strategy. When I say where it belongs, your strategy is going to tell you that. That's why I recommend the strategy. I don't recommend just out here just hitting buy and sell and then putting a stop loss where you think it should go. All right. So just keep that in mind. So we have 19 seconds. Wow, the candle flip. Interesting. Let's get back to the charts. Oh, let's see here. What we got? 2, 1, invalidated. Nice, NQ. That's cool. All right, so DS has been invalidated. 15-minute banger has been invalidated. Appreciate you, Serena. Serena was on that very quickly. I think, Serena, you was typing like at 231, right? You was like, this thing ain't about to flip. She was like, let me just start. Let me start typing now. All right, cool. Let's see here. Back up my sister here. And bam. All right, perfect. Did I get the other one? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. All right, so 2 strats invalidated for the day. I guess it's going to be a sit on your hands type day, right? Let me see. Rock any chop boxes? Nope, no choppy chops. See the 5-minute. Nothing really. Let's go. We got news in 14 minutes. Well, let's jump to tip of the day. Let me make sure anybody had any questions. Do you have a video explaining the DS strat? Randy Ferry, what community are you in? Are you in Inner Circle or are you in TEF? If you're in Inner Circle, yes. If you're in TEF, unfortunately, no. Can't share resources. For anyone that's don't understand, can't share resources because you have to remember people pay for their membership to get into the Inner Circle, and to share resources with a non-paying member, that's not a good look, right? That's not respecting everyone's membership. If you're in the, Randy, I think you are, but I'm not sure. Just let me know. And actually, if you are, just DM me on Discord, and I'll shoot you the link. Just do that. Randy Fair IT. So you're in IT. You're in IT, huh? That's what's up. Oh, okay. Got you. Cool. Well, man, thanks for being here. When I do take it, I do explain it. You know what I'm saying? So just keep tapping in. When we take it, I do explain it. But unfortunately, There is no video. Is there a video on? I mean, I didn't make one. I'm trying to think. Did my big brother make one? Serena, I know, all right. I was like, when it was like 231, you was already typing. You know what, Randy? Go to Scalp God's YouTube channel. Yeah, just go to YouTube and put in Scalp God, and that's GAWD. What's up, sis? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Turn a sitting on your hands day into a back testing and resource refresher day. I like that. I like that. I like that. And that's why we don't trade every day. Hey, gotta get that up there too. That's what's up. That's what's up, Chrissy. Great mindset. Absolutely. Miss Impress, she's making up for not saying good morning and being here with us and not, she's making up. You gotta let her make up. Then you ain't got no picture no more or nothing. Man, she don't even like us no more. Yeah. Just go to Randy. Just go there. Yeah, go to his what's the name, and I know he has a video there. The reason why I don't have videos on a lot of those strats are because out of respect for my big brother. I mean, I could just ask him. I'm sure. I don't think he's gonna tell me no, but there's a lot of videos already. So it's it's one of those things where trying to step on no toes. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know all I gotta do is just ask him. But there are videos in our community, and I'm sure there's some on his YouTube channel. But yeah, as Miss Impress said, it's Friday. Rather go into the weekend with no trades on the day than red. Facts. All right. So let's go ahead and jump to tip of the day. And we're gonna end it a little early today, y'all. I have my annual physical today. And that's at 8:30. So we'll end a little bit early because I'm gonna try to get my walk in before that. The good thing is my why does my hat always look like it's on crooked, Joe? I don't get it. I like my hats pulled down way on my head. It's how I've always worn my hats. Yeah, they got to be almost touching my eyebrows. Like I just like my hats pulled down on my head. But anyway, she said, ha, 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 ha. Trent, what's your website where you can schedule a one-on-one? It's actually just a link. I can shoot you the link. I'm working on a website. At first, I wasn't going to get a website, but I'm going to work on one because I'm going to let y'all know I'm working on an app right now, y'all. I'm working on building an app. Well, I'm actually building the app. I'm just adding a lot of different elements. I'm working on a real cool app. And it's going to be, to help with everything. Like you're going to hit the app. I'm going to get that link for you. You're going to hit the app, and then the app is going to just give you a bunch of stuff. We've been really trying to figure out how we want to layer it because I want everything to be in there. Like I want everything from like not just psychology and this and that, but also like books you need to read, the right platforms that you need to be getting. What we talked about yesterday about when I was telling y'all about the trade, when we were talking about, I think it was in our members only session, if I'm not mistaken, but I know yesterday we were talking about making sure that we're getting the right, like purchasing the right stuff, making sure that we're not, how would I say, like paying for data in two places, understanding how to use them, like what data to pay for on what platform, where you need subscription here, you don't need data there, like all of those things that it's all so confusing, right? So it's a bunch of that I'm implementing into there. Then also too, I'm gonna have like a little area for I'm gonna have like a section for like like books, proper resources to that you need. Because we're gonna talk about some health, some sleep, some exercise. We're gonna talk about that in there. It's a lot of stuff, and I'm getting it. I'm hooking it up really pretty cool. I could have been done with it a long time ago, but I'm really just taking my time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a beta. Yes, I know, sis, you're right. When you got, what, sis, it's funny you say that. When you sent me, when I saw what you had rocking, I was like, at some point I got to get me one. I do. When I saw yours, I was like, I do. I was like, at some point I'm gonna have to get me one. Period. All right, y'all. I just dropped the. If you don't do a Shopify website, if you do a Shopify website, be done with it. Nah, I'm not. I don't want to do anything on Shopify. Yeah, I don't. Actually, I want to build a website that's going to be independent, right? Where I can manage it and do everything myself. I don't want to be connected with no other entity. The only thing that I'm going to rock with is Stripe. Like I like Stripe and I like Square. So if I know I'll be able to get Stripe. Hopefully I can get Square. I like Square much better when it comes to transactions because I use Square for one of my other businesses. And I just like their dashboard. It's seamless. Stripe is cool too. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to do something like independent. I probably won't mess with Shopify. I know I won't mess with Shopify. But I appreciate the info though, C-Dub, for real. Let me book with the GOAT. No, you ain't got to book nothing with me. I mean, Canary, how we rock. So you ain't gotta. If you want something, let me know. It's going. You already know. You ain't paying for nothing. For real. I never charge you. The only thing, if we was in the same seat, I'd be like, all right, sis, get creative and hook me up a vegan dinner. Actually, you know what? We'll just go out to a vegan dinner. We'll just go, brother and sister, and just go chill out, hang out, and go laugh and go eat something real cool. But you already know that. You better not book anything. You ain't paying for nothing. For real. Whatever we do, I'm just gonna pour it into you, whatever you want. You don't need no, and on top of that, you don't need nothing from me. If anything, I need a one-on-one with you. You may need some copy trader information. All of that is simple, but you already know. Yeah, you already know. So yeah, it's in there. C-Dub. I was gonna go out to movie lunch, now staying home. That's what's up. So yeah, C-Dub, go get out, bro. Get out, man. Yeah, go to movies and lunch, man. That's a cool thing. Yeah, it's a cool thing. Right? For real. Especially if you find the right vegan restaurant. All right, so shot that. Price is doing what it's doing. All right, so let's get back in the tip of the day. So, tip of the day today is... news events are not setups. Widen your stops or stay flat during high impact releases. I recommend, I put that there, but I don't recommend widening your stops. I recommend not being in a trade. You know what I mean? But I put that there for someone that might be in one, but I still wouldn't recommend that. But you know what? Let's do this. Because I was going back and forth on that. Let's do this. Let's just do this. Let's do this. All right, cool. So, news events are not setups. Stay flat during high impact releases. Period. We should already know that. Everybody knows news events they're not setups. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Because that would be like full porting. If you think about it. Full porting is what? You are waiting for like news and then you're like, oh, I'm going to jump in this trade. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's going to go, or like, let's say you think it's going to go, you're waiting on news, right? I've seen people do this. Like they're waiting on news. As soon as they see that candle start going, they just hit buy. Like if it starts going, or they hit sell if they see it's selling, right? But think about how news goes. News candles will go up, down, especially if it's super volatile, right? It'll go up, down, boom, and that can blow your account. Mr. Mensa, I got this pink slip for you. I need you to go to the office, sir. You showed up in class late. I got this pink slip for you. I need you to go talk to the learning director. I'm just teasing, my brother. Good morning, man. Glad you're here. There are some indicators you can add on there. There are. this is the thing. When you're on FX Replay, you got to just find indicators that are similar to what you use on TradingView, because for some reason they don't have the same ones. So you just got to just go in there and just kind of look around. See, yeah, just got to kind of look around. And when I say look around, like just put in, kill zones, put this in. There is something on there. I don't remember what it is, but there is something on there. Because it's not one that I even really use. And actually, if you can't find one for kill zone, you can just mark it out yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know the kill zone is gonna make it easier. You know what I mean? Less having to mess with it. But yeah. So we got 37, 79, 81 viewers, 37 likes. If we can get the likes up, that'll be great. Likes are free. It costs you nothing. I'm in here dropping gems, giving game, and that's all I ask for. I don't think that's much to ask for. As a matter of fact, I know it's not much to ask for. Oh, co-parenting. I heard that. So I've been taking this class. I got you. That's dope. That's dope. You know what? I took a class. That's really cool, Marvin. I like that. When I had my son, I was young. So I took a parenting class myself. It was called Parenting Opportunities Program. It was called a POP program. It was really, really cool. So shout out to you for doing that. It definitely helped me. Even though I took care of my little brother and little sister. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, those classes are very, very impactful. Very good. All right. So news events are not setups, as we talked about. Let me get to let me pull up my notes real quick. And what we need to understand is that when there's news, just stay away. That's the most safest thing that you can do. I took 14 trades, lost 4, 110, started down and ended up, yep, the entries you showed us is working miracles for my trades. That's what's up, brother. FX won't let me go past May 2019. Really? Must be something in the settings, see? Because you should be able to go back to, man, I went back to on FX Replay. I went back as far as, right? I know, right? Oh, we got 51 now. We got 51. I just put that up there. I mean, your community, y'all seeing it. It's all good though. It's all good. No big deal. Sometimes, people just, people do what they do. I'll let y'all deal with that though. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope, Marvin. But yeah, so let's get back to our tip of the day. And then we'll get into the other talking points, because that's definitely some things to talk about. Let's see here. I just had it pulled up too. Where are you? Just had Joe. There we go. All right. So news events are not set up. Stay flat during high impact releases, right? So think about this. CPI, FOMC, NFP, which is non-farm payroll, GDP. Those are big ones. Big ones in the regard that they move like 100+ points in seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like they move really, really big. And 100 points is, think about it, just 100 points, that's 400 ticks, right? That's super volatile. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're in the right direction, like slippage and margin cost, that can kill your trade. But on top of that, I wouldn't even recommend even doing that. That's not how you trade. The best practice during high impact news is what? Sit on your hands for at least the first 5 minutes. And I'm not even speaking from a prop firm rule. I'm speaking from just being real, just realistically speaking, even if you're trading your live account, like the 5 minutes before, during, and after, I think that is a good rule of thumb. Even if, like I said, not even from a prop firm rule, but if you're in your live account, 5 minutes before, 5 minutes during, 5 minutes after. Just think about that. That gives you enough time, because there's still volatility that can come in a little bit before news. And there's also volatility that can come in a little bit after news, meaning the time. Like hypothetically speaking, let's say news was at 7, right? Like we just had our 7 o'clock news. It did bring some volume in, but nothing too crazy. Let me see what's candle high, 466 low. Oh, yeah. See, so this one, the 7. I don't know if y'all looking, but the the 655, 955 for y'all, 955 Eastern candle. If you look at it, it's 100 from the high to the low. It's 163.25 points. That is big. And that was 5 minutes before news. Then you look at 7 o'clock, which is where news is supposed to come out at 7 a.m. That candle's a little bit smaller. Actually, no, it's not. It's 108. It's 108 points there as well. These are 400 tick candles. You know what I mean? So best thing to do is just sit out. You know what I mean? Like we say, let the dust settle, then, then trade. People like to trade the reaction. I don't recommend that. I recommend just no setups during news. Like if you know news coming out, just don't trade. It's just that simple. Like just don't trade. Use an opportunity. If you want to play around and you want to do some full porting and you want to, do some stuff outside of the norm, I don't recommend it because it can trigger something in your psychology. But demo trade, if you want to just play around with it, but I don't recommend that because that, like I said, that can trigger your psychology to do some other stuff. So on news events, just stay flat. Sit on your hands. News coming out, just be very, very disciplined and very strict. And just say, I'm never going to trade news. And don't trade it. I don't care what it does. I don't care if you say, I really think it's going to buy and it buys up 1,000 ticks. Oh, well, that doesn't mean that you should have got in just because it did that. Because that's just that one time. What about the next time? What about every time news comes out? We have news coming out pretty much almost every week. And we're playing the long game, right? We're playing the long game, right? So when you think about that, it's more advantageous to not do it versus do it because you may be right one or two times. You know what I'm saying? But is that really truly gambling? Excuse me, is that truly trading? That's really gambling. We don't want to gamble. We don't want to build a foundation of being a process-driven trader, and then we start doing like little gambling things here and there. That's going to start withering away at our foundation. And that's why we want to make sure we keep our psychology foundation intact. Very, very important. Like very important. That's why I don't even recommend doing it like in demo trading. Like just stay consistent in what you do and how you do it. Like I know in demo trading, because there's times where I like do little stuff. Like I ain't gonna lie, with my demo trading, I play around in it. But I'm very keen on the fact, and when I say play around with it, like I do things that I would not do in my regular environment. But also too, I know that that cannot be good because it can trigger, right? But I'm pretty comfortable with where I am as far as my rules and how I trade and how I apply my risk and my leveraging and stuff like that. I do have 2 years of experience, and I've been working on my psychology since I would say like the end of 2024. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say I'd say about a good year and a half of truly like working on my psychology, where I made my psychology a point of emphasis. So I know that I can get away with doing little things because I'm like, I wouldn't do that in my regular environment. So it gives me time to play around. You know what I'm saying? When I just want to just see something, I want to try something and be like, oh, it doesn't mean that I'm trying it in my demo account because I'm going to do it in my live account. It's like, no, it's things for me. With my demo trading account, there's things that I won't do in my live account that I do in my demo account because I won't do them in my live account. So I'll play. That's when y'all hear me say I play with it a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. Like I'll play with it a little bit. You know what I mean? If you want to play around like that, that's cool. But just make sure you stay on point and don't let that trickle over into the live environment. And you be like, oh, I did this on my demo trade, so I can do it. I'm gonna try here. Like, no. If it's not what you know is the right thing, do not do that in a live environment. Like I said, if you want to play around, that's why we have a demo account. Like play around over there. Like do all the unconventional things, the untraditional, I ain't gonna say traditional, but unconventional things in the demo account that you would not do in your live environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Have y'all done this before? I've put like in my demo account, I did like 100 minis before. Y'all ever did that? Went in a trade on 100 minis just to see how fast price moves, like the dollar amounts. I've done that before. Like, that's how I do that. Yeah, see, do that. Do that. I suffered my biggest loss by not paying attention to the news. I lost over 2,000 at 15 and 20. Yep, that can happen. Feel good to hit my profit target today and finish the week in the blue. I love making profit, but the skill mindset of becoming an asset with a computer means more to me than just profit. Absolutely. Yeah, messing around. Yeah, for real, for real. But yeah, that's what's up. Top 5 bando. Dope. But yeah, y'all. So this was a little quick tip. You know what I'm saying? Like something that we really know, but I don't like to do things based on what I think y'all know. I just like to bring it up and we talk about it because, like I said, when I'm talking to y'all, we're going over this stuff. I'm talking to me as well. I need to hear it too. Like if someone was to ask me, do you trade news? No, I don't trade no news. Why? It's too volatile. I'm going to protect my account. But it doesn't mean that I don't need to hear it. It doesn't mean that we don't need to talk about it. Like remember, going even back to what my big brother was talking about yesterday, right? About being repetitive, right? Repetitive. That robot nature, so repetitive that it may seem boring, right? That's how we want to be. That's how we want to be. Repetitive. All the time. Show up on the charts doing the same thing. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't enhance that. If there's something that you may change, I ain't going to even call it change. Because change is different to me than growing, right? If it's something that you're doing that's going to enhance what you're doing already and is going to help grow your trading business, yeah, do that. That only makes sense. Absolutely. Do that. It's very, very important. Very, very important to enhance your trading game. But still make sure that you're still following the routine and you're just adding it to your routine. So once again, news events are not setups. Stay flat. Stay flat meaning don't do nothing. Sit on your hands and just be proactive about that. That's the best thing that I would say. That's the best practice. We always want to do what? We think about how when we take strategies, right? When we take trades, with our strategies, we want the most high probable strategy. The most high probable trade setup, right? So it's the same thing with this, right? Think about that. Like, what is the highest probability when it comes to trading news? Trade news or don't trade news? Don't trade it. That's the high probability right there. The highest probability, how would I say, decision is to not trade news. So just remember, news events are not setups. Just get that ingrained in your brain. People ask you, no, I don't trade no news. That's too volatile. I don't do that. I'm more responsible. You know what I mean? I'm more professional with my business. I'm not gambling with my business. You know what I mean? I'm protecting my capital. I don't have to do that. If you have strategies, you ain't got to trade no news. Think about that. So much that it just kind of comes right back to having a strategy and back testing and demo trading. Like everything goes right back to that. So just keep that in mind. All right. So there was this screen that brought the upside, just observing, training the eyes. Yeah. I did. Sneehall, I did on my demo account. I did 100 minis. Try it, y'all. Seriously, open up your demo account, put in 100 minis. You're going to be like, dang, 1 point is like some crazy number. You're going to be like, whoa, I did it just to see like why I did it. I did it because I was trying to see like how fast price move for someone who has the ability to trade 100 minis, right? I was like, dang, like it was crazy how price was moving. Crazy. And I didn't set a stop loss. I just 100 minis and just entered. I'm on my demo account. So it wasn't like I was trading a strategy. I just wanted to see, right? Man, that thing was crazy. That's all I can say. Just try it. Y'all gonna be like, whoa. It was something. So sad I didn't take any trades this week based off of fear, but I've learned a lot this week, so I'm not too sad. That's cool. That's cool, Lalu. Like, just remember, we can't be fearful. We can't be greedy. And I know it's gonna take some time to get that, but I would rather you be fearful than greedy. And let me say this, because being greedy is how you tear your accounts up. Being fearful, like you said, you haven't taken any trades. I like that better because you still protected your capital, even though neither one of those plays into our trading business, right? But if I had to choose one, as I stated, fear would be the best one. But you just got some fear to overcome. Don't worry about losing. Don't worry about losing. Don't worry about like a trade going against you. Don't worry about anything like that. Just I don't know what strategies that you're trading either. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing I would say. Like if you haven't found a coach that speaks to your personality, that's what you have to figure out. And then you also have to figure out, are you going to be a scalper or are you going to be a strategy trader? I wouldn't recommend both. I would recommend learning one first and then dip into the other one if you want to do both. I mean, there's some traders that they scalp and they strategy trade. But this is the thing. When you think about like Euphoria's, even though I know it's Juvier Strat, the HSS, I mean, it's just scalping. You know what? I look at it as a strategy. Even though I know it's the hybrid super scalping strategy, like I get that, but it's still more of a strategy, right? Because you still got to wait for some things to set up, right? Because when I think about scalping, scalpers usually what? They're just looking at candle momentum. If they see momentum in a candle, then they'll jump in and they'll jump out real quick. Like even with the hybrid super scalping strategy, I don't, it's like on the fine line of being a scalper, in my opinion, with that strategy. Because like I said, it's steps, right? You got to have your flat bottom candles, then you got to get the doji, and then the doji has to be a particular size, bigger than the candle before it. I forgot what the little nuances are with that strat, right? But I know there's things that got to develop, and also for it to be a high probable trade. You don't really get that in scalping, right? In scalping, it's just momentum. They're just trading momentum. So hybrid super scalping strategy, I don't really know if that's really like a real, how would I say, like, I wouldn't really consider that like true scalping. And that's not to say anything bad about the strat. No. The point I'm making is that it's more of a strategy. Like it's more of a strategy trade, in my opinion, even though it's called the hybrid super scalping, still more of a strategy. And I like it. I ain't gonna lie, I like it. So yeah. So that could be a good one for you. But also too, like a couple people are saying, Alu, the mental game of trading. I haven't got into that one, but I'm sure it's a good book. Also too, I have books in my actually, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna shoot you some stuff in your DM, because like the Candlestick Bible, you definitely need to read that. That's the first book you need to read, if you haven't read it already. That's the first book you need to read just to get an idea of how candlesticks work, just so you can understand some structure. You know what I mean, and understand price action. It just gives you that. It's not a book on strategy. It's just a book on, like I said, understanding how candles tell the story, right? Because candles do tell the story. So I would say that I'm gonna drop another book for you that's really, really good. It's called The Best Loser Wins. That's a good book. And then also too, you can definitely check out the mental game of trading. I'm gonna look into that book. I haven't read it, but The Best Loser Wins, I can tell you, is an amazing book because I read it. But the mental game of trading, that's something I would definitely like to read as well, because we're just talking about psychology. Same thing with The Best Loser Wins. It's all psychology. There's no strategies in there or nothing like that. That's one thing that I loved about that book. Like, he ain't teaching no strategy, he's teaching you psychology, giving you the way to think as a trader. And I'm sure the mental game of trading is probably a lot similar to that as well. But The Best Loser Wins is a world-renowned book. So, Bettina, happy Friday. Hermana, ¿qué tal? I have to head out, everyone. Thank y'all for contributions and wisdom. Have a great day and a great weekend. You too, Chrissy. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks for tapping in. Take care of yourself, my sister. Cool. All right, so we're about 7:17. I think we're gonna jump off. But yeah, Alu, I would definitely shoot you those. The Candlestick Bible is complimentary. It's a PDF, and then the other books you can get them off Amazon. But I'll shoot you the Best Loser Wins. I would definitely get that book. It's like $20. It's worth it. It's a book you can read like multiple times. I've read it twice already. It's a good book. It's quick too. It's paperback. It's like 200, even counting the preface and the ending. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some stuff at the end of the book, but it's like 200 and something pages. Like you could get it done in 20 days if you read 20 pages a day. You know what I mean? I got it done on the weekend. I went one weekend and I rocked probably like half of it in a weekend. You know what I mean? Like it's a quick read, but I took my time reading it because I wanted to make sure that I was understanding, and I just didn't want to just breeze through it. So I took my time reading it because I know it was a book based on psychology. So I was going slow at it on purpose. I gave myself 20 pages and I was reading it right before bed. 20 pages, 10 pages a night. I think I did that for a week. And then I think I started like on a Monday. And then by like that Saturday, I think I read like 60 pages or something like that. Then on the Sunday, I read, I think like another 40, something like that. Then I went back 20, and I was done. Like real quick. But it's a great book. Great book. So let's see here. Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Sí. Bien, todo bien. How would I say? I got a physical that I'm going to today. So, yeah. No ya te vas. Oh, Lord, tarde otra vez. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. It's all good. Oh, you're welcome, T. Pruitt. No problem. You're welcome, Alu. Yeah. So we ended a little short today. Unfortunately, both of our strategies were invalidated. It's cool. Gave us a chance to sit in our hands today. Go into the week, however you're going into the week. Going into the week red on my overnight session, and then I'm going into the week green. I only think I took one trade this week. Yeah, because we had like a few days where our trades were invalidated, right? So, but yeah. So with that stated, y'all have a great remainder of your day. I'm laughing at you. Okay. Cool. C, got you. That's what's up. Got you. Tuesday, 10. Dope. Got you. See, that's what's up. But yeah, y'all have a great weekend. Hey, I ain't got to even say it. I'm just going to put it up on screen. Also take some time this weekend and review your charts and your journals. Yeah, Blunt. It's just my annual physical. It's just like my annual checkup. I don't know why I said physical. It's just my annual checkup. Yeah. I don't know why I said physical. Yeah, it's my annual checkup. I usually get it around every June. I get it. I'm good. I had promised her when she saw me, I was like 20 something pounds heavier. And I told her, I said, when she saw me, she's like, yeah, you just been sitting around. I was like, yes, because of the surgeries. And I told her, when I see you in June, because I saw her in February, like from my pre-op, I said, when I see you in June, I'm going to be all the way back down. So I'm probably still about another 8-9 pounds, maybe 10 pounds from my target weight, which is 183. But yeah, so other than that, I'm going to go in there and she's going to see me and she's going to be like, oh, you down. I'm like, I told you I was going to be down. So yeah. So other than that, appreciate y'all. Love y'all as always. Have a great weekend. And I'll catch y'all in the vault on Sunday. And yeah. So we live trade another week. If you went into the week green, shout out to you. If you went into the week red, into the weekend red, it's no big deal. Just go through your journal, see where you can find some inconsistencies and what you can do to, to get better for next week. So remember, we have a whole nother week coming. We have a whole nother attempt at sharpening our trading sword and working on our financial skill. You know what I'm saying? So, and also remember this one thing: your trades do not define you. Just remember that. Your trades do not define you. All right? So just remember that. They do not define you. So shout out to the Edge Funder co-founders, Juvier, Scalp God. Without my brothers, we wouldn't be here. And y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all as always. And I will catch y'all Sunday and or Monday morning. All right? Have a great weekend. Signing off. Yeet.